Now, which of the following operation is commutative but not associative? Now we know already what is a commutative law, right? So whichever satisfies this, okay, if right, we know that A dot B is equal to B dot A, I know this is a commutative, it will satisfy commutative law, and means AND operation satisfies a commutative property. Now what is associative? A into BC is equal to AB into C, means I am changing the order. I mean I am doing AND operation here and then I am doing AND operation here, then after that I change this order, AB first I am doing, then I am doing, okay. Still this will give me the same result. So associative is valid for AND operation. A plus B is equal to B plus A, and also A plus B plus C is equal to A plus B plus C. So R also will satisfy the associative property. So for that, what you are supposed to do? You take a ABC truth table and then you can do it. Okay. So I am just giving as an exercise. You can get it. Now what about NAND? What about XOR? These two we will take and then deeply we will involve in this. Okay. Now NAND means if NAND is commutative, then A dot B whole complement should be equal to B dot A whole complement, even if I interchange the operands, right? Now we know AB inside term is already commutative, so complement is also commutative. Are you getting it? Second thing is, now NAND, right? Now A NAND B NAND C, if this is equal to A NAND B NAND C. Yes or no? That is what is associative means. See, instead of NAND you have AND, instead of NAND you have OR. We are calling these two are associative. If NAND is also associative, means it has to satisfy this property. A NAND B NAND C is equal to A NAND B NAND C. Now we need to know whether it is right or not. Okay. So for that, what we will do is we will form a truth table. Are you getting it? So we will form a truth table. So I will take a bigger truth table, right? So remember, if it is associative means the way and the way R satisfies, NAND also satisfy the same thing. If A NAND B NAND C is equal to A NAND B NAND C. Okay. So now what are the things that I need for this? First I need ABC, correct? 3 inputs. A, B, C. Then left hand side I need B NAND C. Are you getting it? So B NAND C means B dot C whole complement, right? Then, correct? Let's say this is K, for example K. Now A NAND K means A dot K whole complement. This is your K. Okay. So first we have to calculate K by doing this operation B dot C whole complement. Then you have to perform A NAND K, that means A dot K whole complement. Similarly, A NAND B means A dot B whole complement I should do. Let's say this is M. This is M. Correct? M NAND C. Are you getting it? Means M dot C whole complement. Right? Now where is the result that you have to concentrate on? These two. If these two has the same logic functionality, then we can say that NAND is also associated. Are you getting it? So now you can write like this. So 1, 2, how many combinations you have? 8 combinations. 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Correct? First combination 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, double 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1, 1. Right? So what is the first thing that you need? B dot C complement. 0 and 0 complement 1. Right? 0 and 1 is 0 complement 1. 1 and 0, 0 complement 1. 1 and 1 is 1 complement 0. Next, similarly the same thing is repeating, right? So see 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 1, 1. Just I copy paste this 1, 1, 1, 0. Now A dot K complement 0 and 1, 0 complement 1, 0 and 1 complement 1, 0 and 1, 0 complement 1, 0 and 0, okay, 0 complement 1, 1 and 1, okay, 1 complement 0, 1 and 1 complement, 1 and 1 is 1 complement 0, 1 and 1 is 1 complement 0, 1 and 0 is 0 complement 1. Right? So I got the left hand side. Now what is on the other side? A dot B complement, right? I need to calculate these two. 0, 0, 0 into 0, 0, complement 1. 0 into 0, 0, complement 1. 0 into 1, complement 0 into 1 is 0, complement 1. 0 into 1 is 0, complement 1. 1 into 0 is 0, complement 1. 1 into 0 is 0, complement 1. 1 into 1 is 1, complement 0. 1 into 1 is 1, complement 0. Now, I need to know the complement of these two. Right? 0 and 1. M dot C, no. 0 into 1 is 0, complement 1. 1 into 1 is 1, complement 0. 0 into 1 is 0, complement 1. Now, 1 into 1 is 1, complement 0. 0 into 1 is 0, complement 1. 1 into 1 is 1, complement 0. 0 into 0 is 0, complement 1. 1 into 0 is 0, complement 1. Now look at this and this. Is the logic functionality same? No. Are you getting it? Since the logic functionality is not same, correct? So NAND cannot be associated. So the right option is NAND. Are you getting it? Now similarly, we can also do XOR. Okay. So what we can do is, instead of NAND, you replace the XOR. Okay. So means A XOR of B XOR of C, that is equal to A XOR of B XOR of C. Right? Suppose if this is satisfied, then we can say that, right? Then we can say that XOR is associative. So, to check this, what are the things that I need? I need B XOR of C, right? And similarly, let's say this is K, for example, this is K. I need A XOR of K. Then I need A XOR of B, A XOR of B. Let's say that is M. Okay, this is M. Then I need M XOR of C. Now, we have seen many times that, right? 0 XOR of 0 is 0, 0 XOR of 1 is 1. That means what? If the two inputs are same, the result is 0. If the two inputs are different, the result is going to be 1. I use the same logic there. Now let's talk about BC. These two, B XOR of C, same or different? Same. So answer is 0. 0 1 different 1, 1 0 different 1, 1 1 same 0, 0 0 same 0, 0 1 different 1. 1 0 different 1, 1 1 same. So answer is 0. Now I should do A XOR of K. 0 XOR of 0 0, 0 XOR of 1 1, 0 XOR of 1 1, 0 XOR of 0 is 0, 1 XOR of 0 is 1, 1 XOR of 1 is 0, 1 XOR of 1 is 0, 1 XOR of 0 is 1. Now let's try the same thing. A XOR of 0 0, 0, 0 XOR of 0, 0, 0 XOR of 1, 0 XOR of 1, 1, 1 XOR of 0, 1, 1 XOR of 0, 1, 1 XOR of 1, 0, 1 XOR of 0. Now what is that we need? Between M and C. 0 XOR of 0, 0, 1 XOR of 0, 1, 0 XOR of 1, 1 XOR of 1, 0 XOR of 1, correct? 1 XOR of 1, 0, 0 XOR of 0, 0, 1 XOR of 0, 1. Are you getting it? Oh, sorry. Here, M XOR of C. At this input, 1 XOR of 1, 0. Sorry. This is 0. Are you getting it? Now you look at the left hand side. You look at the right hand side. Right? 0 0 1 1 1 1 0 0 1 1 0 0 0 0 1 1. Correct? Means perfectly matching. That means XOR is associative. Are you getting it? Similarly, one more exercise I will give you. You can check for XNOR. Are you getting it? XNOR is also associative. Let's solve the next gate question. Now, for the output F to be 1, the input combination should be A, B, C. This is XOR gate, XNOR gate, 3 input XNOR gate. Now, I keep seeing the students doing lots of mistakes, big mistakes. And this is a 2-mark question, and people will use 2 marks just like that because they don't understand the real concept of XNOR. Now, the moment if I say what is XNOR of ABC, XNOR of ABC, people will do this. A XNOR B, XNOR C. Are you getting it? That is not at all true. Are you getting it? Now what is the definition of XNOR? Not of. XNOR definition is, right, not of XOR of ABC. That means what? First you have to compute A XOR B XOR C. Then you take the complement of that. That is the XNOR. Now people will ask, sir, if I do this, I won't get A XOR B XOR C. No, you will not get. Actually, this expression will give you, now this expression is equivalent to A XOR B XOR C. This I will prove it. But stay here till the end of the video. Correct? Now let's calculate what is the XNOR of that. Right? So that is why I mentioned this big mistake. Right? So please be very careful. Right? Now 0 XOR of 0 is 0 because same inputs. Okay? 0 only. Then 0 XOR of 0 is 0 because I told you it is associative. Either you can do XOR operation of AB, then you do XOR operation of this, or you can do XOR operation of these two, then you can do XOR operation of A. Everything is same. Right? 0 XOR of 0 is 0, 0 XOR of 1 is 1. 0 XOR of 1 is 1, 1 XOR of 0 is 1. 0 XOR of 1 is 1, 1 XOR of 1 is 0. 1 XOR of 0 is 1, 1 XOR of 0 is 1. 1 XOR of 0 is 1, 1 XOR of 1 is 0. 1 XOR of 1 is 0, 0 XOR of 0 is 0. 1 XOR of 1 is 0, 0 XOR of 1 is 1. Now complement. 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 1, 0. Now let's take up this problem. Okay, I'll prove that. Okay, stay till the end of the video. I'll prove it. Now for the output F to be 1, the input combination should be. Let's take first this one. A is 1. For example, A is 1, B is 1, C is 0. Are you getting it? So if A is 1, same input is given here. B is 1, same input is given here. Correct? 1 XOR of 1 is 0. XNOR is what? Just exactly invert operation of this. So 1, 0. 0, 1, 0. What is F? For 0, 1, 0, you will get 0 for XNOR operation. So what is that you want? You want F to be 1, right? So this is giving me 0. Let's make a note. Next, let's go for a next option. Next is A is 1. Where is A? 1. Same 1 here. B is 0. 0, 0. C is 0. Okay? C is 0. Now 1 XOR of 0 is 1. Obviously 1 XNOR of 0 will be 0. So 1, 0, 0. 1, 0, 0 still is giving you 0. Okay? So 1, 0, 0 is giving you 0. Okay? So we will get the right answer. Right? Now let's take a next option. 0, 1, 0. 0. A is 0. Where is A? 0. B 1, 1. C 0. 0 XOR of 1 is 1. 0 XNOR of 1 is obviously 0. Are you getting it? Now 1, 0, 0 again. What about 1, 0, 0? Again you got a 0. Obviously fourth one will be the right answer. Let's check it. Okay, let's do it. Right? 0, 0, 1. A is 0. A is 0. A is 0. B. B is also 0. B 0. B 0. C is 1. Okay? 0 XOR of 0 is 0. 0 XNOR of 0 is obviously this is 0, this is 1. Correct? Just opposite. Because both the inputs are same. 0, 1, 1. Where is 0, 1, 1? Yes. For 0, 1, 1, if you look at this, this is 1. At least 1. So this is giving me 1. So the answer is option D. Are you getting it? Okay. So now let's see why what I said is I have to validate this, right? Correct? Now let us form a table. You already got A XOR B XOR C, correct? Now let's form A XOR B XOR C. Right? So before we do that, what we do is, let us understand a little basic about the x naught. Okay. Now we know x naught is a bar b bar plus ab. If a is 0, b is 0, 0 complement plus 0 0. So this is 1 1 plus 0. So this is going to be 1. Means if you take a equal to 0, b equal to 0, output is 1. If you take a equal to 1, b equal to 1, output is also 1 again. Correct? If the inputs are same for x naught, the output will be 1. That is the basic, right? So now let us calculate that. Since x naught is also associative, you can calculate a x naught b first, then you can do with the other things, right? So let me calculate a x naught b. Right? So let me calculate a x naught b. Then let me calculate a x naught b, x naught c. Right? Now both are same, so 1. Both are same, so 1. Different 0. Different 0. Different 0. Different 0. Same 1. Same 1. Done. 8 combinations, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Right? Done. Now this you should do with the C. C is here. Now 1 0. That means different, so 0. 1 1. Same 1. 0 0. Same 1. 0 1. Different 0. 0 0. Same 1. 0 1. Different 0. 1 0. 1 0 are different, correct? So 0. 1 1 are same 1. Now you look at these two. Perfectly same. Are you getting it? So with this I will tell you a note. Okay. Yes, it is true that a XNOR of b is equal to a XOR of b whole complement. Yes, it is true. Only when number of inputs are even. That is the reason, right? A XNOR B XNOR of C is definitely not equal to A XOR B XOR of C complement. Okay, this relation like A XNOR B is equal to A XOR of B whole complement is holds good for a even relationship. Now same thing you cannot apply for the number of inputs to be odd, correct? But whatever it is, the basic thing is you first find out XOR operation. You find XOR operation, you take the complement of that. That will be true. Now here also what you are doing, you are taking XOR operation and doing complement. The problem is, the moment if you see XOR of 3 inputs, people will try to get A XOR B XOR C. That is the problem. No, that is not true. XOR means not of XOR. So first you perform XOR, whether it is 2 input or 3 input. Then you take the complement. Okay, then you will end up getting the right answer.